Hey, good morning. You can tell the heat is on because I got flyaways like crazy. But we're just going to roll with it like we always do. So, good morning, everybody. Hi from Cindy and her flyaway hair. I'm glad you are here. And our title today is What is Considered an Older Mom? It's going to be a good one. But first things first, if you're watching on social media, say hey, leave us a comment. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, leave us a comment, and share, because we give away weekly prizes for people that do all of that on YouTube. Because you're going to listen to these videos and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, my friend needs to hear this, and I'm going to pass it along to her. All right. And I know you need to hear it because that's why you're tuned in. You're going to be like, what is Cindy going to say today? And the question is, Cindy never knows what she's going to say every day. That's not true. You never know what Cindy's going to think is going to come out of her mouth. So that my Instagram handle is Say It Cindy, and that is not an accident because Cindy's going to say it. All right. What is considered an older mom? Okay, well, I live in America, so I don't know about the rest of the world, but I'm sure it's similar. Here is age 35 and older is considered an older mom. I'm going to get a drink of water. I don't know how they determined that age because I don't know how you are 34 years old in 364 days versus you being 34 and 365 days where you're over to 35. I don't know how that makes a difference, but that was the magic number that they chose. Which means, for my adventure, I went to my OBGYN, and then I also got to go to a perinatologist. That's a mouthful, right? And my perinatologist happened to be an older gentleman. So me being the funny person I am, I nicknamed him the paleontologist because I was like, you got to be kidding me. I'm like 36 years old. I am not old at all. So I always said I'm going to my paleontologist appointments, which made it more fun because even he said, oh, Cindy, you're not old. You're not like any of the other people I see that comes in. I was like, I know, but I'm here anyway. Because you guys think people over age of 35 are old. Okay, raise your hand if I'm speaking to you. After our 7-year infertility journey, it was nice that I got to see the paleontologist because I never thought I'd have that opportunity. So, that is what is considered over 35. I don't think it's old. I had a friend once tell me that if I lived in like the northeastern United States, I would have been one of the younger parents because a lot of people there have careers and then start a family, so that makes them older moms. She was like, you'd fit right in because you'd want to be one of the youngest older moms. And then other places, people have kids right out of high school, so a lot of the grandparents are the same age as I am. So it makes it fun. It all makes it fun on what your journey is on having a kid. And I never thought of myself really as too much of an older mom because my parents waited at least a good 8-9 years to have my sister and I because they chose to have children not while they were in the military. So that made my parents a little older. My godparents, on the other hand, they got married like literally the same weekend as my mom and dad, had kids right away. So I could be a good 10 years older. And I'm not. So I got the value of older parents and I get to be younger. Still at my young old age of having a smaller child. So that is what is... Good morning, Sarah. What is considered in America an older mom. And I appreciate every moment of being an older mom because that's the path that God chose for me. He chose for me to be an older mom. And I'll do another video about all the benefits I think and I've journeyed on as being an older mom that made it fun. So, and it also makes it fun when you could play the game I'm going to go back and tell a story real quick. When we moved down to where we live now, about 20 plus years ago, we used to go to the zoo because we had no kids. So we did all the fun things that you have with kids. We just did them because we're still kids at heart. Like, think Disney on Ice, going to the zoo, doing all the fun things that you would take your kids to. We just didn't have any kids. So when we got to the zoo, we played this game of who's the parent. Is that the parent or is that the grandparent? And then you go to the other people who are like, is that the grandparent or is that the parent? I never knew any of the answers because in half of them, the grandparent was the parent and the other, or the age of the person was the grandparent age and the age of the parent was a parent age. So we played that game and I was like, that's so funny that it was 20 years ago that we played this game, because a couple of times I've been asked if I'm the grandma, and more often than not, my husband has got to the reply with, hey grandpa, how old is your child? And we're really not that old, but it's so funny that they do that because it just depends where you are culturally on how old your mind thinks that you should be to have that age child. So if you're sitting on the park bench and in the playground sitting with somebody that's there with their granddaughter, then they automatically assume that, like, you must be here with your granddaughter too. And I was like, nope, it's my child. It's my child, and we homeschool, so we get to be here on the park bench with you at the same time. All right. I think that's all I have for today. You guys can jump into my Moms in the Middle group, Moms Navigating Life Well with Aging Parents and Kids. I'll put the link in the description of the video, and I will see you guys all next week. Bye.